everyone, and welcome back to the Friends You Can Keep podcast. We haven't done this in a while. I honestly couldn't tell you what the last episode was that we did it. Probably 150? I know it's written here somewhere, but... No. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know off the top of my head. I should look that up. But anyways... I saved earlier today 3 different Am I the Asshole stories.
Oh, God.
And I don't see you bringing content to this show, so...
Not my show.
You're the co-host. You've been the co-host for well over, I think, 100 episodes at this point, so...
I'm a co-host by marriage.
I have 3. I have not looked at any of them. I looked at one of them, but I forget what for, but I didn't read it. So we're going to start... This will be fun to start off with. Am I the asshole for not inviting an 8-year-old to a no-kid wedding, but inviting a 17-year-old?
Oh, okay.
My future mother-in-law has been frequent and persistent about wanting to invite her nephew's daughter, 8 years old, to our wedding, even going so far as to tell the nephew, my fiance's cousin, that he could bring her without our permission and it would all be fine. We found out and put a stop to this, but it wasn't without a fight. Fast forward to a month or 2 later, and the mother-in-law is getting rehearsal dinner invitations ready. She texts me and asks who a certain person is on the list. I tell her it's my cousin. Technically speaking, it's my cousin's daughter who is 17, but I've always referred to her as my cousin because we are so close in age and grew up together, etc. His mom asks if it is not redacted name's daughter, and I say yes, technically it is, but I've always thought of her more of a cousin, since we've known each other for the last
she is
15
still a cousin.
years. Yeah.
Whatever it is, once removed or whatever.
His mom stops texting me at this point and starts texting him. She calls me a liar and says we are being hypocrites and should invite the 8-year-old cousin as well. She brings up how her brother died this year, and now her family is so small and she wants to have more people from her side at the wedding. Mind you, we have met 8-year-old girl 3 times. I get on the phone with my fiance's dad to try and smooth things over, and he isn't as reasonable as I expected him to be. He has 14 nieces and nephews on his side of the family, all under the age of 13. So I expected him to understand, but he wasn't to be bargained with. He sort of insulted me, but I let it slide given the circumstances. My family is paying for everything for this wedding except for the bar because my fiance's family wanted a nicer bar than my parents were willing to pay for. In my opinion, this entitles me to invite whomever I please, so long as it is reasonable. I keep thinking to the no kid rule, but inviting a 17-year-old girl is pretty reasonable. Please weigh in. Well, edit, since people are so focused on fiance's stance, he stands with me. He has taken lead on every conversation regarding this until last night. At that point, he was still working, and I was fed up, so I decided to call father-in-law on my own. No need to slander the fiancé. We both have only met her 3 to 4 times and feel it would be pretty rude to invite her, but not the bunch of other kids on the father-in-law side of the family.
Well, 17 isn't a child.
No, 17 is not a kid.
I don't know. Like, I would think no kids is, like, under 16. Like... Because the notion of having no kids at your reception is because you don't want kids racing all around the dance floor. Yeah. And like a 16, 17-year-old isn't doing that.
Yeah.
Now, the issue is, where it starts to get dicey here, is the 17-year-old is on one side of the... is on her side, and the 8-year-old is on his side. So now it becomes like, oh, well, the bride is favoring her family over the groom's family. That's what it's going to be pinned
But it's the weird thing, too, of like...
But 17.
The mom's... So the fiance's uncle died, And it's, oh, well, I want more people from our side of the family there. Well, it's not your side of the family. It's specifically her side of the family.
Right.
Because you then enter in like, oh, well, the father-in-law
Right.
has a bunch of nieces and nephews that are all under the age of 13.
Right.
So now it's real insistent that you invite this 8-year-old, but not the rest of the kids on your side of the family. Like, why is the 8-year-old so special?
And if she's being invited to the rehearsal dinner, she's clearly...
Her nephew's daughter. Oh, because I guess... So I guess it's like her grandfather died. If it's the mother-in-law's brother, and the 8-year-old is her nephew's daughter. So it would be her brother's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. I think your mother-in-law is the asshole. And your father-in-law.
Well, I just don't... I don't think that you're wrong to stand on we don't want kids. And a 17-year-old isn't a kid.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want kids because we don't want them out on the dance floor taking over when we're trying to have, like... Also, like, we want parents to be able to come out to a wedding and, like, enjoy themselves and not be, worried about what their kids are doing or whatever.
Not the asshole. 17-year-olds are generally more mature than 8-year-olds. Your mother-in-law is basing childhood on legality instead of maturity. And then someone replied to that, an 8-year-old can barely ride in a car without a booster, much less drive one. This is insane.
Right. Like, I don't think that... I wouldn't... Like, we had a childless wedding.
Yeah.
And now, well, we had a childless wedding, but my nephews, my cousin's son, but they were all... Xavier was the youngest one. I think he was probably 7.
Yeah.
And there was a handheld infant, which they're excluded.
Yeah.
But, like, nobody... Like, they were the ring bearers, and, they were invited, but, like, if somebody would have been like, oh, my 17-year-old is coming, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, we said no kids.
Well, the other thing, too, I mean, there's two things I'm reading in these comments, because someone said, are you sure you're going to marry into that? And someone replied, this is her in-laws. Why isn't her husband the one on the calls? Which that was addressed. But then
Right, well, and she did, I think that's why she did the update.
But then this person replied, sounds like OP is young, too, if she's close to her 17-year-old cousin. I'd definitely reconsider marrying into this. 42 down votes.
I don't think I would go that far.
Well, it's the wording of, like, oh, we're so close in age. And it's like, well, if she's only 17, how old are you?
She could be 25.
But see, this person...
21?
This person is saying... She specifically said, quote, so close in age. So I think it's less than 7 to 8 years.
So they're trying to say, like, you're still young. You don't have...
Well, I'm thinking, like, by this person's logic, if she's 17 and you're saying that you're so close in age, you're probably thinking... Yeah,
21.
At minimum, like... Or at maximum, maybe even.
Well, 21,
and this person dies. 21. Maybe even 20. But, like, I think their argument is probably trying to be, like, you're as young as you are. Are you positive, like, this is really gonna last if you have this much drama already?
But I would also... Now, granted, I don't think you're the asshole. I think you're correct in saying a 17-year-old is not a child.
Yeah. Someone else pointed out, too, a great point here of, like, that 8-year-old's not going to enjoy that wedding.
Well,
if there's no other kids
there's no other kids there, yes. I was going to say, kids love weddings if there's other kids.
If there's no other kids there and your mother-in-law is really harping, like, you should invite this 8-year-old, but there's no... even if there was the 17-year-old there, like, that 17's not going to handle the fucking 8-year-old all night. So, like... You're going to force them to invite this kid who's then going to be miserable.
Well, and also, like, do the parents want to bring the 8-year-old? Because a lot of times...
Well, I think that's insinuated because the mother-in-law told them, like, oh, yeah, it'll be fine. Don't
so
worry
maybe they
about
don't
it."
have,
And
because
then
like the whole family's at the wedding, they don't have a babysitter.
And then they found that
situation.
out and put the kibosh on it, and then there was a big fight about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the mother-in-law is a bit of the asshole for going behind her back.
Mother-in-law's the asshole. And I think a little bit of the father-in-law.
Yeah. It's the mother-in-law for going behind their back.
Yeah.
Knowing they don't want kids. And like, kids versus no kids, that's a big changer of how your reception is going to go.
And especially if at the end of the day, like she mentioned, her parents are paying for everything but the bar.
Right.
And they're only not paying for the bar because his parents wanted a bougier bar than what they were going to pay for.
Right, and that 8-year-old's not getting anything
So,
from
like,
the bar.
yeah. But yeah, your mother-in-law is the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. That was an easy one, I feel like.
Am I the asshole for being blunt and saying I will never name our child after wife's sister since she is a spoiled brat? My wife and I are expecting our daughter in a few months.
Okay.
My wife, I will call her Nora, has a younger sister, I'll call her Rebecca, that everyone in the family is overprotective of. I'm not a fan of Rebecca. I find her to be a spoiled brat that will cry to mom every time she doesn't get her own way. I find her overall to be rude and entitled. Nora's family babies her. I'm going to read this the way it should be written.
Oh, yeah.
And TBH, at 22, she should not be throwing a fit about getting what she wants. One example of this is she had a mini meltdown at our wedding because her shoes were the wrong color. Not even by a lot. It was just a different shade of white. You couldn't even see the shoes since the bridesmaid dress was long. So about 30 minutes before we were going to get married, she was crying and everyone had to comfort her. Anyways, we got dinner with my wife's family this weekend, and during dinner, Rebecca said it would be nice to have a niece named after her.
Oh, no.
I shrugged it off, and the dinner went on like normal. When we got home, my wife sat me down and told me she wanted to name our daughter after her sister, that she brought up how much it would mean to her sister. I told her no. We have 2 yes rules to names. Nora texted her and told her no. That's where everything got bad. We have a 2 yes rule to names. Okay.
So they have to have 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both have to agree.
Took me a second the way that was written.
That is clunky. Why couldn't you just say, like, we...
Yeah, we both have to say yes.
Right.
Early, we have to be in agreement.
Right, we both have... of course you do. You're naming your child.
It started with my wife getting texts about changing her mind from her family, and when she stuck to the decision, they got rude about it. I started to receive texts, and it ended with me getting calls from my mother-in-law and Rebecca. I told both of them no multiple times, and they just started asking why over and over again. At that point, I snapped and told both of them that I would never name our daughter after her, that she is a spoiled brat and I don't want our daughter to be anything like her, that this is literally an example of it. I hung up. My wife says I should apologize, but she agrees they were being a lot. I've still been getting texts. Jesus Christ. It's what that says. I have still been getting texts. I have still been getting texts about how Rebecca has been crying since the conversation. Her family sees me as a huge jackass and are still on my case. My wife is on my side, but she does want me to smooth things over. I really don't want...
Why can't she smooth things over?
I really don't want to and think they need to change.
This is a lot. I think everyone is an asshole in this scenario. Because, like, no, you don't need to name your kid after.
Yeah.
Also, no, I don't want to name my kid after you. The end. It's my kid, not yours.
Yeah.
I can name whatever I want. But you had to have known that your bluntness was going to cause a problem. So, like, you can't be shocked that this was the response you're getting.
Yeah. Well, I think, too, like...
I don't think that makes you the asshole. I
think a big part of the reason why he's not the asshole is because, like, you didn't get blunt until, like, you kept
they pushed
being
him over the
pressed
edge.
about
That's
it.
true. That's true.
And then eventually just got to the point of, like, listen, it's not going to fucking happen. Leave me alone.
He didn't come out swinging.
No.
They said no.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to name our baby after you. And then when they're like, why? Finally, they pushed him over the edge and he was too blunt. Yeah. I mean, I guess he could essentially be the bigger person and be like, listen, I apologize that it came off as harsh as it did.
I think this should be...
But clearly everybody's got to sit down.
This should be a conversation amongst all of them.
Yes. And he shouldn't be the focal point. It should be, his wife should be
It should be, I think you lead in.
He can say his piece.
Like, if it was the two of us, like, we would lead in with me saying, like, listen, I apologize for maybe being a bit aggressive.
Right, the bluntness.
But,
yes.
I was just getting a little tired of the constant texts and calls and conversations about this.
Right, I felt cornered.
Despite there being a resolution to this already.
Right.
And then, like, from there, being, in this example, it being your family, you would then pick it up, and then you would be the one to say, like, listen, this is our decision.
Right.
Like, we've said no, it's no.
Right, you need to drop it.
You need to get over it.
And, like, you could reiterate, like, we're not trying, this is not, like, a disrespect to you. This is, that's why, like, when we were naming our kids, I was very weary about using family names.
Yeah.
Because of that reason, you don't want anyone to feel slighted.
When someone
once you pick a family name, you don't want someone then to feel like some overinflated, like, response to naming your baby after them.
He didn't say how old the wife is. But
22.
No,
his sister.
The sister is 22.
Yeah.
Because then someone else commented and said, like, not naming your daughter after her 22-year-old aunt would be perfectly reasonable, even if she was a saint in every way. Like,
right. Well, but also, like,
that's pertinent.
Just for you to, okay, so you're this family's little princess that everyone tiptoes around, and now you're like, I'd really love you to name your kid after me, and everyone's like, oh, you should do that.
I think that's also weird that she brings up, like, it'd be really great to have a niece named after me.
Because she knows that you would do it, and it's just to further cement her place as, like, the family princess.
It is really strange.
So, no, you don't need to do it.
This is the one thing I dislike about Am I the Asshole, because now I'm like, I want to know what you look like.
Yeah.
Like, my mind immediately goes to, like, I need to know what you look like.
This strikes me as...
Not her. Not him. Her.
This strikes me as an Italian family for some reason. Even though that's, like, a full stereotype. By no means do they need to be Italian. But, like, in my mind, that's what they look like.
Yeah, I see that.
Or, like, a New Jersey Italian family.
I see that.
Based on, like, TV show.
Yeah.
No shade by any means. I don't think you're all like that. But in my mind, that's what I picture in my mind, that family.
So again, you're not the asshole.
Nah, I don't think so.
Your sister-in-law is the asshole.
Yeah.
And your mother-in-law is, again, the asshole.
Yeah.
This is the last one I saved. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat my wife's spaghetti after I found out what she put in it?
1,000% asshole. I don't even need to hear the rest. Dickhead. Your wife made you dinner, you fucking eat it. Just kidding.
Last night, my wife made spaghetti and it smelled amazing. She said she tried something new and wanted me to just... She said she tried something new and wanted me to just eat it before asking questions.
Is it her breast milk?
I had a few bites and it tasted kind of off, but not terrible. Just weirdly sweet and earthy.
Oh my god, is it mushrooms? It's her breast milk.
I asked what she changed, and she told me she blended up leftover spaghetti from 6 days ago and mixed it into the sauce to thicken it. I immediately stopped eating.
Not the asshole.
I know it's technically the same ingredients, but the idea of blended old noodles mixed into
You can't eat leftovers after 6 days.
Mixed into fresh sauce made me feel sick.
Hasn't she ever heard of just using a little scoop of the pasta water to thicken your sauce?
She got offended and said I already ate half a plate, so clearly it was fine, and I was just being dramatic now that I knew.
No.
I told her that is exactly the point. I did not know. If I had known beforehand, I would not have eaten it. She said I was being wasteful and disrespectful and acting like she served me garbage.
She did.
I ended up making a sandwich because I could not finish it, and she got really upset and barely talked to me the rest of the night. I hear that. Now she...
I don't blend up leftovers. I'm the leftover police in this house.
Let me finish this. Now she told her family, and they think I embarrassed her. But my mom thinks it is gross, and I should not have been tricked into eating it.
Okay, let's leave the moms out of this. Why is everyone running to
Leave the mothers out of
Why are you running to your mommy to go complain about what your wife did to you? Just stop it. Of course your mom sides with you. No one cares.
I feel bad for hurting her feelings, but also, I feel like I should get a say in what I'm eating.
Sure.
Am I the asshole?
No! First of all, you have 3 days to eat those leftovers. 3 days. That is it. If we're outside the 3-day window, they go in the garbage.
I've never heard that.
So the fact that
I've literally never
you
heard
can't,
that.
yeah, food only lasts, and 3 days is being generous.
I've never heard that.
Okay, well, yeah, you got to eat food in 3 days.
Never heard that. What's the point in keeping leftovers then?
Well, you're supposed to eat it like the next.
No one's fucking eating it the next day. No one.
Well, my point is,
It's sitting in that fridge until
you're-
Thursday night, and then it's getting dumped in the trash.
well, you know, it's saving their trash from stinking.
It's
But
sitting
anyway,
in that fridge until I go to eat it for lunch, and then I get yelled
I'm
at
like, sir,
and accosted
that's
that
from
this
2 weeks ago. You can't.
this
fucking-
guacamole that's still green.
It was not.
It was.
One speck.
No, it was. They had that brown layer on top, like all guac does. After 5 minutes, and then you just stir it up, and it's green again.
No.
And you dip your chips in it, and you eat it.
No.
And then your wife comes down the steps and screams at you.
Do you want to get salmonella? Then go ahead and eat that. But
Why are you get salmonella from
I don't know,
guacamole?
because I don't know what's in there, but you're gonna get sick. So the fact that your wife blended up 6-day-old spaghetti, spit it in her face. Don't eat that. You need what does she need to thicken? It's spaghetti.
Not the asshole. It tasted kind of off, but not terrible. Just weirdly sweet and earthy. You want to know what that earthy taste probably was?
Mold.
That's exactly what this comment says.
I don't know that your leftovers would have grown mold in 6 days. Maybe, depending on how you stored them and if you put them in the fridge hot.
And someone else replied, "This is the one. You get an earthy taste in something that shouldn't taste earthy. You are tasting mold/fungus. I don't know if you were acting like she served you up garbage, but if it tasted earthy due to unseen mold, she was serving you garbage. You weren't being wasteful. Mold food goes in the compost or the garbage. What does a plate of spaghetti and sauce cost in ingredients? $2-ish? So wasteful. Leftover spaghetti and sauce is generally safe to eat for 3 to 5 days when stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator.
I don't think 5.
For
That's
the
too
best
many.
quality and safety, especially with meat sauces, it is recommended to consume them within 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Also, not the asshole. You didn't embarrass her. You stopped eating. Did you go and tell her family to garner ridicule? No, she told her family. If she is embarrassed, it is because she has embarrassed herself. You did not do that.
No, right. She went and told everyone, like, my husband threw out my food even though I put 6-day-old spaghetti
What
in
I
his
don't understand
fresh
is
food.
what I don't understand is that whole thing of like you ate half a plate of it and then you stopped eating it and then that became like how dare you embarrass me like that for just wasting this food. He ate half a plate of it. If at that point,
Right,
even
like
if he didn't know,
He gave it a college try.
even if at that point you still didn't tell him and he didn't know, he could have just been like, you know what? I'm kind of full up on spaghetti. I'm going to go make a sandwich.
I mean, I would be pissed if you were like, I don't want the spaghetti that you made. I'd be like, can you just tell me that it doesn't taste good and then we can move on? Like, if you don't like what I cooked, fine. Just tell me you don't like
And
it.
we've had that.
Like, just, okay. Sometimes not every dinner is for you.
When sometimes it's like...
Or it's like not enough.
Well, sometimes it's pepper casserole, and I'm like, we've had this once a week, every week, for the past 3 months. Let's try something else.
It's Tony's favorite.
Yeah, I was aware it was Tony's favorite, because we had it a lot.
I don't make it as much anymore.
No, but you were making it there, it felt like
Yeah.
every other day. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's dial it back on the pepper casserole.
It's just easy. But now it's not because I don't buy instant rice anymore, so now it's a hassle. So I
Like,
don't
it
make
was-
as much.
There's not a whole lot of other stuff that we've had that happen with.
No, I try to space it out.
And there's not a lot that we eat that I don't like. I don't care for whatever the crab thing is that you make.
Yeah, I don't make that very often because I know
think
you
it's
don't
because
like
it's
it.
imitation crab meat. I don't like the taste of imitation crab meat.
Well, and you can't really make it with...
No.
Like, you can't get enough real crab meat.
Well, you could, but it's going to be expensive.
Maybe I could buy it in a can. Maybe I can get real crab meat in a can.
Well, I think...
Like, you can buy tuna? Can you get crab meat like that?
I don't know. Well, I don't know about a grocery store. You just...
Like a seafood market.
If you went to, like, a seafood place,
The problem is, I don't mind the taste of imitation crab only because that's what that recipe calls for.
Yes.
It also might be...
Well, I don't know,
something else in there.
Because your mom makes that.
Yeah.
Did she make that, like, when you were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we...
And we ate regular crab. Like, we ate crab legs and stuff,
I'm not saying you didn't. But, like, you grew up also consuming artificial crab meat.
Yeah. Which is, like, fishy.
You've met my family. We're crab people.
I love
imitation crab. We are a crab people, so imitation crab meat is not doing it for me.
It does taste different.
It tastes fake.
Well, it's not... It's fish.
Yeah, but it's not... It's just not doing it for me.
It's still seafood. It's just not crab meat.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what it is, but...
I don't think anyone really understands what it is except people who make it.
I like it, honestly.
Yeah, I also can't trust you because you're so adamant that mayonnaise and Miracle Whip taste the same. I do not
taste the difference.
You would.
I don't.
You would. When we go to the mountains next and your mom takes Miracle Whip up there...
That's what I grew up using.
I'm going to go to Wawa or something and get one of those little sauce packet things of mayonnaise. And you're going to take a little bit on your pinky and taste it and a little bit of Miracle Whip. And you're going to know immediately.
I think the problem is that I prefer Miracle Whip. I don't
Shame on you.
I don't really like mayonnaise.
Shame on you.
The only time I ever use it is on the ham and cheese sandwich.
If anyone is telling me that you like Miracle Whip over mayonnaise, shame on you.
It's a condiment that like means absolutely nothing to me. I have no input.
I've been very vocal on this show, and I'm so curious. I don't know how. I don't have the reach to do the research I want to do. I think we've talked about it on the show before, but like a big staple of my childhood into my adulthood is a nice tomato sandwich.
But.
And what it is, I've noticed recently...
Is it mayonnaise?
Yes. I've noticed recently my dad does it in a way I've never noticed he did it before, and it's really weird to me.
Does he just squirt the mayonnaise on top of the tomatoes?
No. So, the process starts the same. You take 2 pieces of Italian bread.
You're right. It's got to be white bread.
Italian bread. There's a difference.
Right, but it can't be... Not like wheat bread. It's got to be...
You put mayonnaise on it. You cover that whole piece of bread in mayonnaise. Doesn't have to be thick, but like just make sure the bread's covered.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying like you just put a little circle in the middle. Like it's the same thing when I butter my toast. Like I'm making sure that could just be maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just like a weird.
My butter has to go to the edge, but the mayonnaise
That's what I mean. Maybe for me it's just a weird thing. Like when I do.
Gotta be, I don't want one bite of bread that has no butter on it.
Like the numbers on my volume control thing that's in my brain. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It's a taste thing.
But mayonnaise is to cover the whole bread.
Okay.
Then I will take a tomato and cut it in, like, not super thin, but not super thick, but just like slices.
Right. Like a meaty slice.
Maybe 6 slices.
On the sandwich?
A little 3 and 3.
Okay.
Salt. That's it. I've tried it with pepper. Doesn't really hit as much. Salt. Piece of bread on top.
Do you even taste the pepper?
That's it. It is literally bread, mayonnaise, tomatoes, mayonnaise, bread. Salt on the tomatoes, obviously. But
what's he adding? Cheese?
That's it. No. At the beach, he made one. He just put... It was the same thing I do.
Oh.
But his tomatoes, he just cut these 2 slices. And they were like, this fucking
like a tomato steak.
I'm like, holy shit. And like, good on him. The point I said about like not having the reach to do the research on this is people have told me like that's weird. That's a weird sandwich. You're a weird guy because you eat a weird sandwich.
It's not a weird sandwich.
I want to know like what is the reach of this sandwich? Like is this a very regional thing?
No, I can tell you who is eating it.
Your dad. Because your dad talks about eating it. And my dad. And my dad's family. Well, your dad ate it because of the farming. Yeah. I don't know why, because my dad's family wasn't farmers.
Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, sure.
They eat weird shit.
But I want to know, because your dad ate it from farming. Are there other farmers across the United States who's like, oh yeah, tomato sandwiches?
Is it like a regional?
Or is it like a localized thing to hear where, if I go to a different state and talk about it, they're like, ew.
No, I feel like it's a farm
What's
thing.
the other thing that I've eaten that people were like,
raw
the raw potatoes, yeah.
Growing up, my mom told me that if you ate a raw potato, you'd get worms. I don't know why she told me that.
They're not all good.
Ugh, they taste like sand.
There are some that you get that are real gritty, and I put it in my mouth, and it has the consistency of sand, and I immediately spit it out and throw the whole potato out.
And I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a certain.
I think it's
kind.
like apples. Sometimes they're just bad.
But my parents bought a whole bag.
Oh.
And I ate one.
Well, maybe it's
just
a bad batch.
2 weeks later, ate another one. They're fine to cook, but eating them raw, I'm like, bah, bah. And well, they buy
the russet potatoes is what we buy. Is that what's good?
I think those are good. But yeah, every now and then you just peel a potato.
And salt it,
and just eat it like an apple.
But now,
it's good.
Why would my mom tell me I could get worms from a raw potato? I never wanted to eat a raw potato.
I think that was kind of the rumor.
Was that like an old wives' tale that you would get? But what? I've never seen a worm.
I mean, it could be true, because I also remember hearing,
I've never seen a worm in a potato.
I remember being aware of that as a child, but, my dad ate them all the time, so did we.
They also eat raw beef.
But the tomato, I also did eat raw ground beef.
No, a lot of Italians do too.
Yeah,
they don't do it so much anymore.
When we used to make meatballs, my mom, you'd take a thing of ground beef and make a meatball and plop it in there, and then you'd just take a little pinch. And
it's not even
we also used to eat raw hot dogs.
It's not. They're not raw. They're cooked already.
But they're cold.
Yeah, but they're fine.
The thing I did, though, that is weird.
They won't hurt you.
The thing I did with the raw hot dogs, that is weird, I will admit this. Why I started doing it, couldn't fucking tell you. I used to take the raw hot dog, I would eat the skin off the ends, and I would eat the skin off the hot dog as if it was like a corn on the cob, and then eat the hot dog.
Okay. Well, everyone eats
Why? Don't know. I didn't do it all the time.
A weird kid thing. All kids have their weird, this is how I eat my food.
I didn't do it all the time. There was also a period in my life where I do remember I would get Happy Meals, and I would take the nuggets out. Would you eat
the skin off first?
I did that a couple of times, but that's not what I'm getting at. I used to do that, though. I'd line up the 6 chicken nuggets, and then I would take a single French fry and put them on top of the nuggets. And then eat them.
Oh, like a little.
With the fry on it.
Like an amuse-bouche.
Why I did that, don't know. But
I used to peel the skin, the breading off the chicken nugget, and then eat that separate, and then eat the chicken.
I've done that.
The way you eat the way people eat fried chicken.
Yeah, that was probably the same thing in my mind when I did it.
But only with the McDonald's nuggets. I didn't do that with other places.
Well, I feel like a lot of other places the breading wasn't as easy to get off.
Yeah, because you could almost get it off in a full strip.
And I think now even the McDonald's
it won't come off.
It's not the same.
Yeah, because I've stolen them from the kids, and I'm like, you can't get the breading off like you used to.
But yeah, back to the original point of the "Am I the asshole?" conversation thing of no, you're definitely not the asshole. But my point was to say there have been meals that we've eaten that even if it was kind of tonight. We had kielbasa with potatoes and carrots. And I ate my first plate, and then I was still hungry. But in my mind, I'm kind of I don't want
you don't want more of that.
I don't want more of this.
Yeah.
But I also just yelled at Tony for not eating his dinner and then immediately getting snacks.
Well, he did eat.
So,
he did eat some of it.
He didn't eat a lot of it.
He didn't eat a lot.
And he does it consistently, where he eats a little bit of food and then is like, okay, I'm done. Can I have dessert? And then has a thing of dessert, and then immediately when he's done his dessert, can I have some chips? I'm still hungry. And it's then why didn't you eat dinner?
Yeah. I'm like, I would have given you chips with your dinner.
So in my mind, after I just got done telling him, stop eating so many snacks. If you want more food, you can eat more dinner. I'm not then going to immediately get up and be like, I'm going to have chips because I don't want more of this.
Yeah. But sometimes it is I didn't hate this dinner. I just don't want more. I want.
We also need to really. Did this need to be brought up on the show? Probably not. But we really need to hammer in what is the difference between sausage and kielbasa.
Yeah, I call it all sausage.
I know you do. And that's not accurate. And sometimes misleading.
Well, I could just only buy one if you want.
Well, I prefer sausage.
The regular sausage.
I prefer sausage.
I think everyone does.
To kielbasa. I don't mind kielbasa, but I prefer sausage.
Yeah.
But like you have written on the calendar for meals that it's sausage, and it's not.
I know. It's just because that's just for my own.
Or Tony goes to golf, and then you're like, oh, I have sausage. And I'm like, okay. And then I wait a little bit to make it so it's ready.
I think you could have just put it in
so it's a little more ready when you get home, and then I open the fridge, and I'm like, this is not sausage. This is a lot more prep than just putting sausages on a thing and putting them in the oven.
You can just cook that whole rope the way you do sausage, too. You don't have to cook it the way that I have, where you cut it up.
What else am I going to do with it?
You just cook it like sausage, then you could make whatever you want on the side.
But there wasn't a whole lot to put on the sides. Yeah, that didn't require prep.
There was rice.
I don't know. But I just felt like we need to really hammer it. Like, this is... One of these things is kielbasa, and one of these things is sausage. And you keep calling it sausage, and it's misleading.
It's all sausage to me. But I don't blend up leftovers.
No. I do think, too, with the meal we had tonight, we really need to workshop that as well. Because the potatoes are weird. They're not getting cooked all the way through. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Oh, mine all were. I cut them really small this time.
I don't know. We'd had that discussion last time we made this meal, too.
Yeah, and I cut them really small.
I don't know. But, yeah. That's all for this week. Real short and simple episode.
Those were 3 easy Am I the Assholes?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're...
I looked today and they were kind of there. I went through a couple of them that I didn't go off. And I'm just going off... With us not having like a proofreader person, I don't want to click into them ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I'm just going off the headlines, and those stuck out to me. So I was like, okay.
Sometimes they're like, it's really hard because your jerk reaction is to be like, yes or no.
When I'd like to go more into... But then
you hear the comments, you're like, oh,
yeah, maybe I'll do it.
See it that way.
Maybe I'll do it for the next episode because there's also like, there's the threads of Am I the Asshole? There's Am I the Devil?
Oh, I don't want those.
Well, that's...
It's probably the same.
What's Am I the Asshole but worse?
Oh.
Like, it's the next level.
Oh, God.
Is Am I the Devil? Then there's, like, because Smosh does a bunch. There's Petty Revenge. There's a bunch of revenge ones. But then there's also, like, relationship advice. There's this. There's whatever. I think those are sometimes can be fun.
Yeah.
There was one that I started following that's called Conversation Starters. Not what I thought it was. I thought this was going to be, like, ideas for you to have conversations out in the wild. No, it is literally just like people posting things and then you have a conversation about it.
Right,
like, when I clicked into it today, there was a real weird one where I'm like, oh, that's what this is. It's
right, like someone just be like, a hot dog is a sandwich. Discuss. Yeah, okay.
But this one was even weirder, where it was just like a picture of something, and then it was like, oh, okay, so this is for you to have discussions on this Reddit thread.
This is literally you post your conversation starter and start a conversation. Yeah. Not like, what's your best conversation starter?
How much does a polar bear weigh?
Enough to break the ice.
Enough to break the ice. On that note, thank you for joining us on this week's episode. Like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, share, all that stuff that you can do wherever you are watching or listening to this. We will see you and talk to you. We love you, and as always, thank you for being a friend.